What's up, guys? I have a feeling this isn't gonna work. It's looking like the video is probably really choppy. I don't know why this new software is just like sucking up a ridiculous amount of CPU usage, and I think the settings are set to like very high, and I can't change it while I'm streaming. How does it look right now? Look like shit, choppy, lagging. What's up, dude? How am I looking right now? So I don't want to do this if it looks like shit. It's working. It's working. We working. I don't know. It's saying that I'm dropping frames, but if you guys say it's working, I'm gonna do it. Alright, it's better. It's working. It's all good. All good. 2020 locked in. We solid. Woo! Let's get it. Alright. So I just want to do a quick intro. I know a lot of you guys know me already, but just some new people may have jumped on and don't know my story. So a little bit about my background. Work for major bank here, Midtown Manhattan, for a decade, trading long short equity portfolio manager, long term time horizon trading, not like what we're doing here, but manage a book of business of about $4 billion between me and two other people. High net worth clients, foundations. It's working fine, Ryan. All right, let me pop out the chat here. Okay. So, where was I? So, manage money for the ultra wealthy. $30 million was a minimum account with me. We did everything from, just simple stock portfolios to private equity, hedge funds. You want real estate. You want to buy commercial real estate. You want to buy, sorry. If you want to buy commercial real estate, you want to buy a farm somewhere, an oil rig. We can do it. So I did that for 10 years. Got into crypto 17. I'm going to do one thing really quick before I continue because I think this is sucking up a lot of my power, and we'll do it like this. Do this for now. Hold on a second. I just want to close this out. All right. So, anyway, sorry I keep stopping. I'm just trying to get the stream as best as possible. Got a lot to talk about today. But anyway, I know everything about markets in terms of, you guys see me leaning a lot on fixed income. Rates are definitely one of my specialties. I used to do a lot with the fixed income desk with, rate strategies, arbitrage, and also, other things like gold and, some things that, some commodity plays, some things that have come into favor lately with inflation going on. So, and a lot of you guys also know I'm good buddies with Ryan, Kenner, and Clark. That's my guy. Went to high school together. Our families know each other. He's family. It's my brother. And he taught me a lot about this low time frame trading, order flow, market profile style of doing it. But we are not the same person. And I trade somewhat differently than he does. So, you can benefit from both styles of watching us both. His time frame is probably like the 1 and 5 minute chart, and I'm more like of a 15 to 30 minute guy. I try to let my trade go a little bit. So I don't really focus that much on like super calculated entries on the footprint and things like that. I'm more, basically going off of the book and, what I'm seeing coming through order flow wise and the profile. Profile is number one before the book, to be honest. So yeah, that's just a little bit about me, about Banks. For anyone who doesn't know my story, and then I guess we'll just get into these markets. So before I continue, just want to make sure I still sound good before I keep going and have a huge conversation with myself. Are we good? Can I get a okay? All right. Anyway, fuck it. Let's do it. So, let's just start high time frame. So before we get into that, I just want to start with just basic structure. Look at where we're at right now. As you guys can see, sorry, just got a funny text. All right, so anyway, guys, been an exciting couple of days, right? We have had an amazing up and down, and now having more down, right? So, taking a look, big picture, at the daily profile, we're still, hold on one second, let me get my little drawing tool here. The channel has had some upgrades since, where the hell is it? Hold on one second, guys. Trying to get my drawing tool out. Hold on one second. So, anyway, I don't remember where that thing went. So, anyway, we're basically, what we're doing right here is we're just playing a bigger range. We keep coming into this area of demand here, right? This is where we're bouncing here. Previously, we didn't really spend a lot of time down here. You can look at the profile. It gets really slippery if we get below these lows on Bitcoin. So, my plays have been pretty much playing these ranges, right? So, this level here, and I tweeted about it the other day that that between 38 and 42, it's so thin in this area, right? So you want to position before the sweep. So you can see right here, we keep getting rejected at 40. 40 was a great short. I took it earlier, and then the stock market is booming right now. But the thing about where we are with Bitcoin is, being a totally technical market, no fundamentals, not being fundamentally driven. Everybody wants to, fade the same levels, and it works until it doesn't, and then those shorts get run over. But right now they're winning. So you want to position before this kind of we just keep making quick moves through this area. The thing that but if you look at where we came from, and this huge wick, we're definitely gonna have to spend some more time down here. If you go lower time frame, which I will in a second, you can see that there is a huge failed auction We're kind of filling it in right here, right now. Um, but so just kind of just playing these ranges here from 40 down to like this 38 and a half until that breaks, right? Uh, but let's go a little bit lower time frame. So looking at the 4 hour, it's what's up, Bill? What's up, everybody? I'm so sorry. Like I was having so much trouble with the goddamn streaming software. I didn't even like go through the chat and say what's up. Let's just give some shout outs real quick. Just want to say what's up to some people. You know. So, what's up, Mike? What's up, Ryan? What's up, Matt? What's up, Glenn? William? Ryan? The other Ryan? Cannering? What's up, my guy? E45. Crypto Cronk Light? My guy. Thank you guys all for joining. Sorry, I was like all over the place before. I'm gonna get in my groove here, because that really threw me off my game before. So, we back. So, what's up, guys? What's up, Bill? And let's get back into it. It's gonna be smooth from here. All right. So, just playing these ranges right now. From 39, 38, we keep getting these bounces. Going a little bit lower time frame. Right, so this is kind of the range that I'm looking at right now. Right? You can see right here, we're bouncing again. We're bouncing at this this point of control from today. And most likely a VWAP too, right? So right now beneath VWAP, keep bouncing at this point of control, trading within value. I appreciate you too, man. Sorry about that, guys. Like, this shit is gonna be so smooth going forward, I promise. But yeah, like I was saying, right? So this is my range that I'm looking at, right? It's pretty much the last 6 days of trading. So, right now we're within this value area here, right? So I took my short up here. I actually am probably gonna close some out right now if this bounces too hard. But right now we're beneath VWAP. Want to see if this rejects here. This line, this support here, this negative point of control is holding. But the thing, for this whole area, the comp POC is right around this this 338, 330 area, right? So this is a super strong level. You can see we bounce kind of below it, keep pushing up. So looking at what the stock market is doing, I think this is just gonna kind of keep flagging up here before it goes. I don't really see it dumping off, in my opinion. Break below here, and you might get a little move down to this this high volume node over here, right around 37.6. But and then you got the weekly VWAP right here. But within this day here, you have a huge failed auction right here, a bunch of single prints, so when I was shorting, I was looking for this to break down, kind of fill this in, and fill in these single prints, but looking kind of bullish right now. I don't think it's gonna happen, to be honest. So if this breaks down here, I'm gonna close my trade right now on my phone. But if this breaks down here, right, then you can expect probably this will be the lowest that will go. You can kind of forget about this right now. I think we may see this over the weekend. Maybe on some thin vol. This you got this level, these previous lows, and then the low. This naked point of control here. But I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get down there. I think we test higher before lower. So I just closed my short. But looking higher, you break these highs, you're probably, that 4,500 area is where I'd probably be looking to take some profit if this breaks up. I'm just kind of playing it by ear. I mean, that's pretty much it right now with Bitcoin. One thing I wanted to show you guys to go over was because, the other day I was speaking about staying in this trade. Like, I tweeted, like, don't close your shorts. I don't care if you trade the 1 minute chart. If you're short, just leave it. And damn, that worked out so well. And I talked about using MAs and things like that, but a great way to stay in your trade, what I do, and this is something that I wanted to bring up, is once I get into my trade, right, you can see over these last couple of days, right, just looking at the profile, these are the trades that I took, right? So point of control here, long, up to these highs, right? Broke back below, VWAP, short, took the long here, stuck in value right there, and we stayed above this point of control, broke up, broke VWAP, both VWAPs, sorry, and then got back, retraced these highs up here, and then broke below the point of control, right? So that's just a kind of, a little glimpse into my mind of how I take trades, right? And how I do it. So even here, I took, at this high volume node, took the short here, but, now we have a point of control down here. I probably would have flipped long, but I'm doing this right now. So, one of the ways to stay in your trade for longer and stick with it and kind of stop worrying about price bouncing here and there. You really only had support here, and then you knew it was going to dump when this broke, right? But what I do sometimes is I like to throw these on, right? So Heikin-Ashi candles are terrible for entering a trade, right? Because you're not gonna get the best entry. All these little wicks down here. You by the time it changes color, it's you've already missed some of the move. But the awesome thing about Heikin-Ashi candles is, if you are a type of swing trader, like, I guess I would say I'm a shorter term swing trader, is it really helps you see, stay in your trade and see that the trend is not changing enough for you to get out, right? So, I turned these on yesterday and I just watched and it just stayed red down here. The awesome thing about Heikin-Ashi candles, I don't know if you guys are all familiar with them, but, it's the higher the time frame, the longer you stay in your trend. All right, so if you would have shorted up here, you would have stayed in your trade all the way pretty much down to 38, right? They're a great way to visualize, exactly what's going on compared to, your candles that are turning red and green, then you get a big red one and a big green one, knocks you out of your trade. So, I just wanted to bring that up, talk about that really quick. But those are pretty much all my thoughts on Bitcoin right now. This was when we were bottoming down here. I'll go over this in the actual book, but it was definitely easy to see that we weren't going to go any lower than that last night, at least on FTX where I trade. Huge buyers stepped in. But so I want to go over Bitcoin. Let's go over ETH, and then I'll go over the book, some of the other things that I'm looking at right now. Quickly, let's just take a look at stocks, right? Stocks are on a tear. Yesterday I posted about I forgot which Fed governor it was, but basically they're already talking about removing accommodation, right? So as soon as that happened, we basically went from here to this resistance, broke through above weekly VWAP, and now we're sitting here. Even with all that's going on in the world, and bombs probably exploding while I'm speaking right now, free money is free money, right? And the big players, the hedge funds, they all know this, and they all hopped in, and that's why the stock market jumped 6% in about a day and a half. Similar to when Russia annexed Crimea. When it comes to war, just in general, right? The U.S. is a war machine. We're a war company. We specialize in it, to be honest. So if you look at 2003, you look at Iraq, right? Iraq happened in 2003. Interest rates dropped, and then we had the ridiculous run up to 2008 bubble, and then what happened after 2008, right? Same thing, Crimea, that situation in 2015, and look 5 years later where we're at. Afghanistan, Gulf War in the 90s. Like, the 90s was the best run for the stock market ever, So when it comes to war and people freaking out and, it's like, I gotta sell everything, it's not really the case. You gotta think like a business. And, it's like, okay, lower rates, it's gonna be easier for credit, things are gonna be, the environment will be good for business, but it's bad for inflation, right? Because if we can't lower rates, inflation keeps going up. Russia being a huge commodity producer, they withdraw oil from the market. That's another issue. So it's not a total, it's hard to call what the end effects will be. But right now we're seeing the market wants up, right? So stocks breaking above this support, this resistance, but you can see we're getting a lot of volume here. I could see this rejecting back down, so just keeping an eye on that. But let's look at ETH really quick. So ETH made a lovely move off the bottom, right? Let me remove this. No, I don't see inflation going down. I don't see how it can. It's Russia is a commodity behemoth, right? Like I saw some comments that Putin made yesterday, and it's just like, oh my God, what the things that he was saying. Basically, he's saying that sanctions can't do anything to us. You keep trying this, and it doesn't bother us at all. We can eat it up, is what he was saying. So those commodities being removed from the open market is definitely not going to be good for inflation. And even last night, when Biden had his speech with some of his advisors, one of the main things they said is we're not going to let this affect the Russia energy supply to the rest of the world. So they're already bound down. You know what I mean? Like they're already saying we can't cut off that oil. We need that oil. Like Europe is so dependent on that oil, they can't live without it. So my thoughts, inflation continues with a rate rise on hold. Inflation may pick up even more. So those are my thoughts right now. But when it comes to inflation, right? Inflation risk assets is it's good to own risk assets, So see what happens there. But taking a quick look at ETH, right? High time frame. Similar thing. Just coming into this area of demand right here, where we spent a lot of time before. Can it go lower? It's the same thing as Bitcoin. This huge wick right here. I think we should fill some of that in, but the market is just back in a type of bull mode. I mean, we didn't fill any of this in, right? And on Bitcoin, we still got a huge wick down there too, and it'll be some time before we see that. We're not gonna just dump right back down. We'll take the stairs down. But looking at levels, it's the same thing. And if anybody wondered, I wanted to talk about this really quick. Like my levels, the way I draw my levels are basically from high volume nodes, right? I don't really look at candles, and it doesn't really matter to me. But if you guys can see, how helpful the profile is in helping you determine areas of support and resistance, it just does it for you. So I just wanted to shout that out real quick. So, we had this high volume node up here. Same thing, Bitcoin breakdown. And, you could see at these naked points of control the attempted bounces. And, we didn't even make it to this one down here. But same situation with ETH. You got to break and hold above this area of like 2750. That's what I'm looking at right now. You pretty much right here at 27 stuck at resistance, but you need to do kind of get outside of that and reclaim that level and let it hold. So the market's in a weird place right now in general. It's kind of hard because we made this huge move yesterday and just kind of swept through. Even on ETH, there's all these bald areas right here, and if the stock market breaks down or some crazy news comes across, like the president of Ukraine has been kidnapped or something like that, it's like it's really hard for me to be bullish here, and with everything going on, even though we made such a crazy move. But with Bitcoin, with ETH, this move was made because of the books were just super thin yesterday, right? It was a situation where everyone was looking for down, and no one expected that huge pump to happen after the news of a potential, rate pause. No one was prepared with orders up here. People started buying, and it was just a cascade. Sellers couldn't step in front of this fast enough, and that's how we got that huge move up, right? What's up, Lord Samurai? Yeah, man, I was having some difficulties, bro, trying this new software out. But anyway, so squeeze through whoever had orders in this area, which probably wasn't the best place to be. And you could see right at the daily highs, that's when the market sellers started to pound this down, right? So ETH, same situation as Bitcoin, pretty much sitting at resistance, need to break and reclaim this area, want to see this level hold, and then, look higher to, if we can, I'd want to look higher to, maybe around 28, around this area here. But as of right now, I prefer to be short. I prefer to be short or flat. The fucking world is crazy, man. It's but sometimes things don't make sense. You just gotta roll with them. You just, like I said yesterday, that people were sitting here and they're waiting for this and just sitting there watching, and like, you missed an amazing trade, albeit it was very unexpected, but you gotta play the levels that are given to you. You can't just be like, oh, the world is terrible, we're going to 30K. It's like, I trade day to day. I don't. People get on Twitter and they ask me like, so what do you think's the lowest we could go? And to be honest, it's like, I don't know. I have no clue. I couldn't tell you, man. Obviously look for 30K and look for the lows. That's right now. That outside of that, I know nothing. I just play the levels that are given to me. So, with that, I want to go over the book. And, yesterday, it was the past couple of weeks, right? You look in the book, and it's just all spoofing. Just spoofing. Price never was able to get to these areas of high liquidity, right? So on the night of the drop, I stayed up pretty much all night, which is why I'm tired as hell right now while I'm doing this. Because I knew I had a big feeling that shorts would cover before London opened, and they did. I was seeing a lot of orders coming through in the book, a lot of big buy orders, but at the same time, while I'm seeing this, open interest was going down. So I knew that people were closing, and I just knew it was only a matter of time before people started buying. So all of this spoofing, right? All of these areas where, if you were up here, you're like, oh, I got support down here at 35. We never really touched anything. And I saw this, on other markets as well. Like, I saw, I looked on Binance. It was like a similar situation. And right down here, after we triple kind of retraced the bottom 3 times, after we retraced the bottom 3 times, this big buy wall was thrown up. So, you know, I didn't really jump in right there because I'm thinking, okay, this is more spoofing. But, you know, you could see right here where they actually, you know, stayed in the book as price was coming down to it. Um, and actually took up some of this liquidity. So I didn't get long there, but I cut my short. So and then this is pretty much the morning. You know, this is 8 o'clock yesterday, and you can see we kept coming into this liquidity, soaking it up, break above this rolling VWAP, out of here, right? Um, so you know, those are just some of the things that I was seeing. Also, you know, this is all you're all seeing negative. This is negative delta down here. Start to see some positive delta down here. All negative, and then start to see a pickup in a positive delta, and then that huge candle, right? I actually took a short here, got stopped out, and then you know, you guys who've been following me, I was walking my dog, talking to a good buddy on the phone, and he says to me, "Yeah, this isn't a short anymore." And so whatever, I got stopped out, wasn't paying attention, came back in the house, and we were on this candle, and I just hit the buy button, and it worked. Sold right at these highs and got the hell out while the getting was good, right? So, you know, that's pretty much what I was seeing yesterday and how I look at this. You know, I'll go through and answer any questions about anything we've looked at so far, but just kind of wanted to show you guys what I've been looking at, how I thinking when I make these decisions, right? And you know, that's pretty much where my head has been at. The world is messed up, but I'm playing what the hell is in front of me right now, you know. And anecdotally, you know, I joked about Russia buying crypto yesterday, but you know, it's really happening. Like in Ukraine, they're advising people to like, there's gonna all the cash is gonna be impossible to get to, so they're advising people like, get you some Tether. Like there's a 10% 10% premium on Tether in Ukraine right now because the demand is so high. So, you know, not saying this is something that's gonna move markets, but just something to think about, right? So, you know, that's pretty much what I've been looking at. You know, it was funny yesterday because you know, we had all these long liquidations, and I don't know why this isn't working. So liquidations have been low in the last 24 hours, obviously, but it was funny that just in that one pump, all of the long liquidations equaled, you know, all the short liquidations equaled the long liquidations in about a half an hour. So thought that was really interesting. Open interest, nothing really there. Funding is basically neutral, flat. So, you know, this isn't really, not really getting much from kind of the derivatives information right now. So looking at the profile, you know, we still have this area down here that I think we could come down and fill. You know, right around that 37.6 area where this previous point of control is over here. That's would pretty much be my target for a short. Um, I don't really see us coming down much lower than that. You know, do. You know, so basically watching weekly VWAP, naked point of control, the lows. But I think we just keep flagging up here before we try to make a move higher. So, you know, those are my thoughts right now on Bitcoin. Thoughts on stocks. Went over ETH. Anybody have anything? You know, we could go over alts at the end, but anyone want to talk about anything else specific before I just go on an alt tear? What are we thinking? Let me go through the chat here. Yeah. So Michael said something about staying high time frame focused, and you know that's pretty much where I'm at right now. Like, market's in hard mode this year, right? So I know everybody wants to, you know, a lot of people want to try to scalp and try to get the short term plays, but you're likely to get cooked this year if you're not proficient at what you're doing. I've been scalping a lot less, and you know, pretty much my trades take place currently at levels where, you know, comp POCs, points of control, VWAPs, strong levels of high volume nodes. You know, I'm not really like taking scalps off a 5 minute candle. You know, I'm not doing that right now. I think if you look at some of the best traders that I know on CT right now, what you're seeing is they're one of the things that they keep talking about is I'm going to trade less this year, right? You're not going to have those high conviction, high quality plays much, right? So, you know, I've said it time and again, you know, set your alerts, right? So this is what I've been using as my composite, so my low time frame composite, right? So right now we're just hanging out in value, right? Value. So I should actually practice what I preach and move my alerts, right? So value area high, value area low, right? So we're just sitting in value for this composite, right? Sitting in value for the day. You get chopped up all up in here trying to make a trade here, right? So shorts above this level, and you know, market being a little bullish right now. I don't know if we get down here below this value area, so you know, I look for this high volume node, and you know, the value area low on the daily. So stay in high time frame mindset right now. That's kind of what I'm doing. That's kind of how I'm living. Low time frame pisses you off. What else do we got in the chat? Crystal clear, working fine. Okay, any questions? What up, D Speedwagon, my man? When you do alts, what do I think about the Luna movement? Right? Okay, so Glenn L, my daily VWAP indicator is it's just regular old VWAP, right? You go in here, type VWAP. There's the anchored, there's the daily, right? Anchored, you can pick it, set to a week, a month, whatever you want to do. But the daily is just a regular one. If you want to go over settings, I'll hit me in the DMs. I'll go over that with you. So the Luna movement, interesting. So I don't know if you guys know, but earlier in the week there was some news, about the Luna founder. I don't know exactly what it was, but basically it was like they were buying, kind of like building a fund, for the Luna Foundation of like $1 billion to kind of back Luna. I'm probably describing that terribly, but I should actually Google it. But that's why Luna has been so strong lately. And I think it will continue to be. It was also one of the most shorted coins, in the drop. Yeah, Luna Foundation guards raises $1 billion to safeguard UST dollar peg. So basically they raised $1 billion for a reserve fund. And that's why Luna has been so strong lately. I like Luna. It's one of my favorites to trade, one of my favorite L1s. I bought some Phantom earlier. I should have picked up some Luna, but kind of waiting for it to do some kind of retracing action. Sorry, one second, guys. Close the gap. So anyway, that's what I think about Luna. We can take a look at the chart really quick, right? So, I made a joke. I made a joke. I posted earlier that, this support turned resistance. Resistance turned support flip earlier. Somebody was laughing at me saying, haha, we're laughing at you. And, you could see there was a nice pump to $71 from 66. So whoever the hell that guy was that was laughing, you can go, you know what you can go do. So Luna is looking amazing, right? So you got this strong bounce from the POC down here. Naked POC over here, caught the bounce over here, retraced, composite POC. I mean, look at this strength of this level. Like, this $50 is like, it's always a buy right there. It's definitely always a buy there for me, right? So I think Luna, if Bitcoin keeps going, Luna keeps going. I don't know. You got like this level of resistance here, like $75, and then 87. Luna looks amazing. It looks like AVAX was looking like a couple weeks ago. AVAX is not looking as strong right now. So that's just a little Luna really quick. All right, Michael, see you later. When trading ranges, reference volume for breakouts. I'll be honest, man. I'm not really a breakout trader. I don't really I don't really trade breakouts much. So I reference when it comes to a breakout trade where I will take a breakout trade is if I see an area. I mean, I'm always referencing volume, Alexander. Like it's right in front of me at all times. I'm looking at it. So in terms of a breakout trade, I will maybe take a breakout trade if it's before a very thin area, right? So yesterday I was short up here, and you can see that I took my short up here, but when we got down here to the previous level of support, we were naked, like right here. That big gap, price sweeps through those gaps so quickly you can't even get your order in fast enough. That's the type of breakout trade I would take. You can see we broke down that, we swiftly moved through that area down, swiftly moved through the area up. Those gaps are just places for price to sweep through very quickly. So, to answer your question a little long-windedly, yes, I reference volume for breakout trades. Like a breakout long, would I take that here? Probably not. So what else do we got? Keep forgetting that I have the chat up here, and you guys keep seeing me looking down, seeing the top of my head. So what else is going on? What else are we talking about? What else we thinking? What else we want to know? China said they're supporting Ukraine. My fear is that Xi and Putin are close. So, I'm going to share an article. CNBC put out like this collection of articles about what's going on in Russia and Ukraine. And, they have like all of these war think tanks and everything like that. And basically, China is not 100% on the side of Russia. They're not going to be like, yeah, we got your back. They're just like, they're not going to step in. They're not going to do anything right now. They need that cheap oil. But like if Russia needs help or something, they're not going to be there for them. But are they going to put sanctions on them? No. So that's that. Anything else? Want to go over any other alts? What are we talking about? So, all right, I'll go over a couple of alts that I just want to look at in general. So, I'll do FTM near AVAX. Yeah. Yeah. So FTM was hugely, beaten up. Huge drop from $2. So I picked some up. I like us being over this 150 area. Obviously, if Bitcoin breaks down, I get out. But you pretty much a similar situation where if Bitcoin does go, you have this huge gap of no volume where it broke down. So FTM is definitely one that I'm keeping an eye on right now. I mean, it's similar to Bitcoin, similar to ETH, of just how there's this area of no volume, low volume, where I think we could get a sweep. I think like 175 if Bitcoin goes would be a good area to take some profit. It's naked point of control. So watching FTM, you know, and just like I was saying before, guys, about the profile, like I want you guys to be able to do this on your own. Like, I want you to just see it. Like, I see the profile like I'm in the Matrix. You know, I'm just like, it's gonna bounce there. It's going, and it does, right? So if you look at when you're looking at these profiles, right, even on a higher time frame, like you don't gotta be on a 5-minute chart all the time. The reason I don't trade a 5-minute chart or a 1-minute chart is because I like the 15-minute chart. It's my happy medium, right? Because it's with a 5-minute chart, you're more likely to get shaken out of your trade. Just watching candles, like you get one 5-minute candle down, and you're like, oh shit, close, take profit. And if you were in a little higher time frame candle, you'd have been like, okay, let the candle close, and then you know. So that's me, right? So even on a 1 hour, right? One thing about the profile that I bring up again and again that makes for amazing trades, and this is on FTM, we could do it on NEAR, we could do it on any one, right? But high volume nodes near a daily high and price moving below it, or price getting shut down here at it, that's a short, right? Boom, naked point of control, that's a short. Now price, you want to see when we're in a bottoming situation where we just dumped, you want to see price sit there for a minute, right? And you want volume to build before you just take the long. Maybe accumulate down here, market in maybe a half a position, see what's happening. I never go in with a full position all in. Another reason to just get shaken out of your trade quicker, right? But as you can see, how we're down here, and this point of control is at the lows, high volume at the lows. Look at these high volume nodes over here, ton of buying action, and it's buying because price moves up after, right? So you move above the point of control, there's your long. So that's FTM. I'm watching this 175 long. I look for a bounce here, 150, naked point of control, lows. AVAX, Sol, like all of these coins are pretty much pretty much flat for the day. Actually doing worse than Bitcoin, right? So you can see the move was from L1s initially, second day, small caps. Here we go, right? So, I don't really think I need to go over these. I'll go over Sol because it was interesting to see the huge reaction of the lows of the $75 for Sol. Made a lower low, and currently sitting here below this composite POC. So I would definitely not buy that right now. This is strong resistance, right? So I would look for maybe 85, little high volume node there, 80 lows. This would be a take profit up here, 95. Another one was this one. I kind of Harmony. I mean, this thing was at 30 cents not too long ago, right? About 2 weeks ago, or 20 cents, sorry. So this is, very much on par with looks, just making lower lows, just taking the steps down. But I am watching coins like this for retraces to see if you know, they're good for a potential entry. Uh, Over Atom. Areas of support or resistance are always high volume. David, right? Like something, the definition of support or resistance is people stepping in to buy or sell at that area, which is going to create volume, right? So, you know, it's always, if it's a true support level, right, you should have high volume there. If it's not high volume, then it's not a true support level. Or if it's, you know, it's making a new low or something like that, it's not going to have high volume there. But that's why you want to wait for retraces, right? Like something like this, there's no volume down here. So if you didn't buy this already, I would definitely wait for some type of retrace to some type of level. I mean, this thing went down to almost 10 cents. Go over Atom? Sure, I'll go over Atom. Okay. Disregard those lines. I drew those a while ago. So, you know, Atom, same situation. You know, taking the stairs down, making lower lows. Not really a big fan of Cosmos right now. You have, you know, right here around 26, you got some resistance. Might be a short candidate right there. You know, and if I was long, and I'd be looking, you know, 26, maybe 27 up here, but not really looking that great. Just kind of taking the stairs down, but you know, making a pretty decent move off of the bottom, you know. But it's like ETH made a stronger move off the bottom than Atom, so I wouldn't be crazy about buying it right now. After it making these new lows, I'd be looking to fade. That's kind of what I'm thinking. What else do we got? Ramu, all the market profile indicators on TradingView are paid. You can't get free ones. You know, recommendation, if you go to XO charts, you can look at a daily market profile for free, with the free version. But it's not super helpful, and I would recommend just paying the $15 a month if you can. What else do we got? These are all public indicators, Connor. I didn't make anything. The only thing that I use this was created by Insilico, which is Levels. I use this sometimes, but this is also public and free. These market profiles are not free. They're like, you know, you gotta pay for them, but they're worth it, in my opinion. Let's see what we got. Lunar movement. China invade Taiwan. So, to be honest, I think this whole Russia thing is all the more of a reason for China to get some balls, you know. They're seeing Russia do it, and they're pretty much seeing you know, America just being like, oh yeah, we're gonna give you some sanctions, bro, and Vladimir Putin's pretty much laughing, right? So Do I think that they will invade? I don't think they're gonna do it. Um, I don't think they're gonna just do it now because Russia's doing it. Because, man, two wars going on at the same time. I don't think we need that right now. Um, so yeah, I don't think it will, but maybe down the line, it definitely shows weakness. It definitely shows that, oh, that's all they're gonna do. Like, we're just blowing up the capital of Ukraine. You guys is gonna say we can't use the bank? Okay, no problem. We got tons of gold and oil. Who cares, right? So that's my thoughts there. Ruko, wow, good question. If I could take only one type of trade setup for the rest of my life, what would it be? Um, it would obviously be based off the profile, higher time frame, reaction to, basically, if I could take only that trade, higher time frame, high volume node, and just like right now we're looking at the S&P. See how we have this? We're starting to dump because we have this high volume node at the top, POC at the top, and sell off. If this breaks, it's pretty much, you could expect it to kind of sweep through this area. If I had one trading setup, this would be my setup. High volume at the top, short, right? Previous area of resistance, and same thing on the bottom. High volume, point of control at the lows, buy, right? Take a look at Bitcoin. Let's go back to, go back here to the last lows, right? High volume node at the bottom, break above resistance, long. That would be my trade setup forever. It pretty much is, except I do it on a lower time frame during a day instead of, the bigger picture, right? So that would be my setup. That's the best setup, right? So the one thing about the profile is where you don't want to take trades in the profile, or where you get chopped up. Not going to say you don't want to take trades, but where it's not really the best, right? So on a balanced day, right, where you have a profile that's kind of just like sitting, where the point of control is just sitting in the middle of the profile, that's not the best setup. Because on a day like that, you're gonna have your VWAP and your point of control like right on top of each other, right? So that is like the ultimate taking the trade at value, and you don't want to take trades at value. You want to take trades outside of value. So that would be my trading setup, Ruko. Let the bottom build. Let the bottom build, because if you don't let the bottom build, price moves quickly through thin volume, right? So, like when we were up here yesterday, you could see how thin it was up here. We were getting no volume. I'm sorry, over here. So we weren't getting any volume down here. That's why I didn't close my short. Even if we were at this level of support right here, I'm like, we're going down. Nobody's buying this shit. And down, right? Even up here, nobody was buying this. You could barely see any volume there. Down. Then when price stabilizes, builds, people are buying, shorts are closing, that's when you take your long. Not when this shit is going down just because you think it's cheap. You're just knife catching all day. Uh, Taking profits? No, I definitely don't freestyle it. Never freestyle profits. So when let's take a look at higher time frame, right? Let's look at a day. Let's get these out of here. So when it comes to taking profits, I'm basically looking for firstly of high time frame levels, and I'm looking for volume, right? So for instance, short up here from the top, or even short this breakout, right, from this composite point of control. No volume in here. I'm trying to let this trade ride, right? I'm not trying to just take arbitrary profits. You know, maybe this wick down here, but ultimately I'm trying to sweep through this very, low volume node. If we swept through here, I want to sweep through here. I don't want to just take profits because price stopped moving a little bit or it's bouncing a little bit. I target high volume areas. Price is attracted to liquidity. Price goes to where liquidity is. If there's no liquidity, price just moves straight through it, right? So I'm profiting, and I'm let's say it was this short. First, I'd be take profiting here, right? If we were from the top, this would be my first take profit at 42, and then second take profit at these highs, right? Price, you can look, you can see on the profile, we always try to bounce at a naked point of control. Try to bounce there, right? Volume at the highs, shut down, right? Naked point of control, and our new naked point of control here. That's what I aim for when I'm targeting. Like if I'm taking overnight risk, which the way the world is right now, I'd rather take overnight risk on a short than on a long. That's how I would plan my targets. I basically look for naked points of control, or strong areas in the structure, high volume nodes. And if it breaks, I add, right? So from up here, we break below this level, I add. Move my stop above support. What should be resistance now. Move my stop up here, add. Boom. Break through here, add. Right? That's pretty much that's my process. Every level we smash through, I'm adding. And just moving down my stop. So, what else we got? Guys, good questions. Keep them coming. Probably go for like another 5 to 10 minutes, and then we got market close coming up. So, David, why do I use a profile which shows only total volume and not buying versus selling? I use both, David. Here is the other one, right? So this is a profile with volume delta, right? Yeah, thanks, David. So look, you can see right here in the profile all of this buying delta up here, price not moving. That's usually a sign that you should take a short, right? Price not moving up here, getting all this green volume delta, and price going nowhere. Then you can see below, straight sellers stepped in here. Now, right in this area, you got people stepping in to buy, right? And right here, this is I don't know why it's not showing, but basically this is the point of control right now. You can see this high volume node right here, and this is where we keep bouncing and not able to break below it. Also above this, we're kind of below this rolling VWAP. So if this breaks down, I think we can go a little bit lower, but I think we get a bounce here right around 37.6. I really don't see us going below 37.6 unless the stock market just starts dumping out of nowhere. That would be my ideal place to get long. If I don't get long right here when I get off of this off of this stream. So yeah, this is pretty much how you use this, and at the bottom it's the same thing, right? So when we were at the lows, this was all red delta. This was all cells. You could see, I don't know why they make these blue, but you could think of these blue as red as cells, right? Cells all down here. This is all sellings, negative delta dominating, and then you see the switch, right? So yeah, that answers that. I only use FTX, Zach. I use FTX strictly for everything. It's my everything. I use it. That's all I use, pretty much. I have a Binance account, but I couldn't even get into it if I tried. I don't even remember. I'm in New York, bro. You looking at New York City outside right there. I live right outside the city. Like, I'm not in Manhattan. I hate Manhattan. Ever since the pandemic, I don't even go there anymore, to be honest. I've been there like 3 times. The subway is not safe. Somebody got attacked with a hatchet the other day, like sliced in the face, and it's just. I love my city. I grew up here my whole life, but it's like really not the place to be right now. COVID just really destroyed it. So that's a little bit about that. I gotta get this live chat thing working, man. I don't know why that's not working. Anyway, risk management for my trades. So I'm not like the risk 1% type of person when I take a trade. I pretty much am like whole boating it, and I put like a tail risk stop, for if price goes against me. But pretty much how I do it is I mark it in like half a position. If it doesn't work, or if whatever comes first, if my bids are hit first, but it's always like a half a position, and then I add if it works, but I don't really have any like, okay, this trade at this amount of my capital, I'm going to risk 2%. I don't really do it like that. My trading account is what I trade with, and I have my crypto that's in cold storage. Like, it's so I could lever up. I could do, it's not recommended to someone who's new to trading, but that's just pretty much my style. Tail risk stop where I make my entry, half of a full position or so, and then build up to a full position on the way up or down. That's how I do it. You freestyling? Lord Samurai freestyling. Oh, PYR. Adam, load time frame break. So look, let's go over. Somebody wanted to see PYR. I bought this when I bought this back when SZ was kind of pumping it back in the days, but I haven't really done anything with it. Look at PYR. So, PYR, it is, looking very, kind of similar to Bitcoin right now in terms of making this low over here, kind of retracing these lows at, kind of an area of resistance. But, currently below the weekly VWAP, break above here, I'd be looking for, like 1050, this naked point of control as a kind of first take profit, and these highs over here. But, I don't really know much about it. I'm not really that knowledgeable on the project, and, not something I trade, but there you go, Lord Samurai. Atom low time frame break. Yeah, so I guess we could just leave it there. Yeah, so Atom making a move, right? Break above this 25, breaking this resistance. Looking pretty damn good, but here we go. This naked point of control here could shut it down, but looks pretty good for a little quick breakout trade. It's moving. Atom was really beaten up, man, so it definitely has to mean revert. That's for sure. So, anything else? I guess we'll wrap it up. Sorry about the whole shit earlier with the, 3 different links, but we'll get that down. I'm using this new streaming software, and it is it's not what I was used to when I was just doing it straight through OBS. So I got it down now. We good. So we straight. So yeah, I guess everybody get ready for market close. Stocks held above support, and hopefully they keep moving back up to these highs over here, like 44.50. They are on a tear, and I think that Asia is gonna see that, and I think that they might be able to break us out of this little mini range that we got going here right now. But other than that, if you guys are good, I'm good. Have a good weekend, everybody. Please remember, subscribe, all of that. You guys are new. Thank you so much for being here. I love doing this. I love educating people, especially new people to this. I want you guys to. My goal in doing this is I really don't have to do this. I didn't have to take time out of my day to do this. It's not like I'm gonna trying to be Moon Carl and get paid off of YouTube. I'm just trying to help people out, man. This shit is so fun to me. I love it. I love crypto. I had so much fun yesterday running back in, FOMOing into a trade and trying to get out quick, and it's so fun, man. It's and the thing that makes it fun about it is you guys, the people. I talk to you guys every day on Twitter. Talk to you more than my family, more than my brother, So, you guys are my Twitter family, and I'm gonna keep doing this. Like I said, I'm gonna do it twice a week, so you can look for one early in the week, and late in the week. But Still not sure if like I want to do like Monday or Tuesday yet. Monday is kind of a bad day to get into position for new setups. You kind of want uh, the new weekly range to start to build. So I'm probably gonna do Mondays, and Fridays are usually chill, laid back days. So try to do like a Monday, Friday. If you guys can make it, join. Please subscribe. Please like. Please turn on the notifications for the next one. And have a good weekend, everybody. It's fucking crazy world we're in right now. Um, you know, be careful, be cautious. Don't just, for anybody who's like bought spot or just have longs up and they're just like, we're gonna go, you must not like money. This could turn around at any moment. So just be careful. Watch the levels. Look for those high volume areas for bounces. And fade in those thin areas, man. That's pretty much it. That's how we do it. Thanks again for joining. You guys are awesome. Shout out to you. I'll check you on Twitter, right? Have a good weekend.